In many households, a device is often treated as finished the moment its battery no longer performs as expected. A phone is set aside, a tool is left on a shelf, a laptop remains plugged in but no longer portable. Easy Battery Fix is presented within that context. The sales page frames battery failure not as the end of an entire device, but as a technical point that changes how the product is seen. Rather than starting from brand identity or performance claims, the product is introduced as a response to repeated replacement patterns around everyday electronics and battery-powered equipment. In that sense, the context before the product is not a dramatic problem statement. It is simply a familiar domestic pattern. Batteries weaken, devices become less useful, and many users move toward replacement without investigating other formats of intervention. Easy Battery Fix is structured as a digital instructional manual. The page describes it as a step-by-step guide rather than a tool, device, or subscription service. It is sold as a downloadable or members area style information product, and its internal framing suggests a categorized reference format rather than a single linear lesson. The content is presented around battery types and use cases: vehicle batteries, laptop packs, cordless tool batteries, household device batteries, solar storage units, and other rechargeable formats. The product also appears to include material on extending battery life, maintaining battery function, and understanding how different categories are handled inside the guide. From a documentary point of view, the product is best understood as a packaged body of written instructions organized around battery categories, procedures, and ongoing reference use. It is not framed as entertainment, nor as a community platform, nor as a physical kit. The user experience described on the page is direct and self-managed. A person purchases access, enters the members area, reads the relevant section, and then applies the documented approach to the battery category they are dealing with. That means the product asks for attention, time, and manual participation. It is not described as automated, and it does not remove the need for the user to interpret instructions and carry out the process. The page repeatedly frames the content as simple, but structurally it still belongs to the category of hands-on technical guides. The user is expected to identify a battery type, locate the matching section, review the written method, and proceed through the material at their own pace. The product also includes customer support framing, which suggests that the guide is positioned not only as a one-time read, but as a reference document that may be revisited whenever another battery category appears in the home or garage. This product aligns most closely with people who are comfortable learning from written instructions and who prefer a self-directed format over a service-based solution. It is not positioned for viewers looking for a quick replacement purchase, and it is not framed as a professional repair certification. Instead, it sits in a middle category, consumer-level documentation for people willing to spend time reading, sorting by battery type, and carrying out a structured procedure themselves. It may also align with viewers who prefer a single paid guide instead of scattered forum posts or unrelated videos. At the same time, the sales page includes legal and informational disclaimers, which makes clear that the site frames the material as informational rather than formally assessed technical service documentation. So the alignment is practical but limited. It fits users seeking a documented DIY reference, not users seeking guaranteed institutional repair standards. Compared with other approaches, Easy Battery Fix occupies a specific position. It is not a replacement battery marketplace, it is not a repair shop, it is not a manufacturer manual attached to one brand or one device, and it is not an open-ended collection of internet advice. The product is positioned as a centralized paid manual that gathers battery-related procedures into one commercial guide. That makes its format closer to a niche documentation product than to a traditional consumer gadget. For some users, that means more structure than browsing random sources. For others, it may still mean more effort than simply buying a replacement or paying a technician. The key distinction is that the product asks the user to become the operator of the process, using the guide as reference material. The product page referenced in this review is listed in the description for documentation purposes.